What is going up, guys? Let's see what we got going on. All right, making sure my mic is working there. What is up? We're doing a reading for our friends Taurus. We're gonna see what's going on with you guys, um, and then yeah, we'll see if we need to clarify anything, pull some advice, pull some good shit, whatever we can pull. So, hope you guys are having a good day so far. Let's do one more shuffle here. Okay, Taurus. Mm-hmm. Right, Taurus, you're on the fence about something. Either you're on the fence or someone else is on the fence, uh, either coming towards you or you're on the fence about something here. We get the Knight of Swords in reverse. So either moving too fast or not moving at all, but with this Nine of Wands clarifying that Knight of Swords, you're definitely cautious about taking any steps forward, or this person is cautious about taking any steps forward. Let's see. So we got the Two of Swords, Eight of Swords in reverse here. You're definitely here really in your head, or someone else is really in their head about this. Um, Not really able to kind of get out of their head, right? Because we have the um, Eight of Swords here clarifying, it's in reverse, clarifying this Two of Swords, which means they're really stuck in their head, really in their head, between one or more choices here, right? The choices are easy to make actually, but sometimes when there's a choice, it can be kind of hard to get out of your head and making that choice. But even though the answer is very clear, um, yeah, it might feel like they have a sheet kind of pulled over their head here, and all they have to do is take off that sheet, and see that the answer is pretty clear, pretty straightforward. But yet they can't really seem to do it, right? They seem to be in this mentality of doom and gloom. So if you have someone trying to reach out to you in terms of relationships and whatnot, they might be thinking that if they do so, everything's gonna go wrong. Or this could be you, right? You could be thinking right now, like if I take this step, if I take this, move forward, everything's gonna go wrong. Um, because you get that Five of Pentacles, also defining that Two of Swords, right? This is what you're thinking here, like lack of clarity, thinking that things are gonna go wrong if I make this choice, if I move forward. You can't really get yourself out of this form or cycle of thinking. Um, you're very defensive as well, so not really wanting to make a choice, um, and moving forward. For your future, we have the Judgment in reverse here. Okay. Yeah, some of you might just be trying to forget about this, try not to put too much attention on this, or this could be the other person as well. You might be thinking of pausing. So, for example, if you have to make a choice, right? Like maybe it might be a choice of starting your own business, or it might be reaching out to this person that you have a crush on. You might be just trying to forget about this thing. Just kind of lay it to rest, because we got the Queen of Cups in reverse here, finding that Judgment card, which to me, you know, kind of letting things that are dead, let them be dead. So you might be putting the Knight of Wands, any passion or any idea of moving this forward, into a halt. Or this could be the other person as well, right? Um, yeah, interesting reading so far. Okay, let's get some more cards. Yeah, really, definitely really in your head. Like I said before, Seven of Cups in reverse, Ten of Pentacles in reverse. it's like whatever this thing is, like, it could bring you a lot of happiness, joy. It could be, successful potentially, and you can see it. But the problem is, you need to sort out your mind a bit to really understand that you shouldn't be getting in your own way, from being able to make this Ten of Pentacles happen. It's in reverse here, but from being able to make the Ten of Pentacles in the upright happen. Yeah, so you need to end this form of thinking here, like overthinking. I think you're really overthinking, or this person's overthinking, either or. Really overthinking here. Yeah, because this Seven of Pentacles, as I was looking at the Seven of Pentacles, I see the skull. There's a skull here. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of hard to see. I know. Yeah, well, you kind of see it there. And the skull card, reminds me of death, right? Changes, new things coming. So you need to change your way of thinking, in order to kind of make this thing happen, or this person needs to, you know, change their way of thinking. You kind of need to sort through your thoughts a bit better, um, because I think ultimately it's affecting the way that you. This might be even the thing that affects you in general too, right? Not just in one specific aspect. It might be like a whole set of, like, you overthink things in general. But in this case, it's talking about one specific topic. Um, okay. Yeah, I mean, for some of you, it could be reaching out to someone here. For others of you, it could be just opportunities in general, overthinking opportunities. Like, for example, maybe you're thinking of starting a business, going back to school, maybe applying for this job, and you're overthinking the reasons why it's not going to work. But I feel like you also know that it could work too, right? But what's overpowering is the ideas that it cannot work. Um, this preventing you from ultimately achieving, your Queen of Wands moment here. You becoming the Queen of Wands. Um, kind of, it's in your tracks. This way of thinking. That can be, I mean, sometimes considered as negative, pessimistic. Um, maybe just overthinking, right? One good strategy might be, maybe instead of thinking of why it's not going to work, maybe really focusing on why it could work, right? So that might be something you can do. Yeah, because I think if you focus more on your beliefs, you need to. I mean, four of wands in the upright, and the possibility of giving you stability is here, but ultimately, with the star card next to it, it's like the your overthinking is making you not believe, and therefore reducing your mental power. It's like it's like trying to do something that's hard, and then you truly not believing. And if you don't believe, then how are you gonna make this thing happen, right? When things get rough, things don't turn out right the first way. How are you gonna push through to make things happen, right? Because we got the Emperor in reverse here, right? Because ultimately, I feel like you could become the Emperor in the upright here, but ultimately, it's your thoughts, it's what you believe, your lack of belief that is holding you back from really being able to grow rapidly. And some of you are getting very comfortable too, not believing in yourself. I mean, obviously, this might not be for everyone. With the Star card in reverse, you might be very comfortable not believing, um, or also very comfortable like where you're at. Even though you maybe deep down you might know you want more, you might be feeling that, hey, I do feel pretty comfortable here. It feels pretty good. I'm also lacking some belief. So those might be things that might be affecting you just in general. I think you just need to pull yourself out of disbelief and focus more on, like I said, what could go right as opposed to what could go wrong. Okay. We got the Hermit in reverse here. Yeah, I feel you also have problems. I feel you might have problems with quitting things as well. With the Hermit, I was kind of getting this you know, feeling of with the Hermit in reverse, like I mean, it takes a lot of work for you to kind of persist in things. You might tend to walk away from things, right? Six of Swords in reverse or upright. Therefore, it kind of affects whether you can make things happen. So you might need to have a bit more grit as well when it comes to things. So if it's um, in terms of relationships, if one person says no to you, then continuing to the next one, not worrying about the result of that, and just continuing. Focus more on, you know, people that are going to give you the result that you want. So if you're looking for a relationship, focusing on someone that's going to give you the same energy. Um, if it's, career wise, if something doesn't go your way, you don't get promoted, or your first business is not successful, moving on to the next one and not focusing on those results are important, right? Because ultimately that is affecting your overall ability to kind of make things happen. Most things usually, for the most part, I mean, things do happen right away sometimes for people, but for the most part, a lot of things don't happen right away, right? It takes a lot of persistence, a lot of trials and tribulations to kind of make things happen. It does happen where people are able to make things happen, like their first shot or the first time they try something, but it's kind of rare. Usually, it takes a bit of persistence, a lot of pushing through, and just continuing on the path. Um, so that is something to keep in mind. All right, let's pull some advice, and then we'll end the reading here. I think ultimately that's the biggest thing, like focusing on pushing through, pushing on, and improving your grit. I think is a good one. Um, there's a good book called Grit by Angela Duckworth. You could probably finish that book pretty fast. I recommend that book. Kind of show you a bit more what that means. Grit. Um, yeah, you might also doubt yourself as well in terms of you might. I don't know why you would do this, but you might doubt yourself on how smart you are too. Which which I mean, honestly, what I'm getting is because I was getting the King of Swords here, right? I was getting that you're clever, but you kind of doubt yourself in reverse. And overall, I think it kind of does affect. It affects the way things go for you in general, and it kind of goes back to belief again. If you're believing you're not smart enough, then guess what? You will make that true, even though it might not be true. Um, I mean, ultimately, yeah, I feel like that, like the belief in yourself has really affected your process so far in general. Whether it be in relationships, whether someone wants to be with you or not, or careers. Um, And ultimately, I think it's led to maybe you living at a lower standard. So maybe relationship wise, career wise, money wise. Nine of Pentacles here. I feel like just in general, it's affected your self esteem has affected the way you have been living. So now is the time to change that. Change the belief in who you are. There's a lot of good stuff out there on how to change your belief in yourself, kind of grow yourself, as a person. A lot of self improvement stuff. So that might be a good start. Maybe start reading or listening to audiobooks on that. Um, yeah, so this is what I have for you, Taurus. Hopefully, this helped out. Um, Make sure to subscribe, click on the bell button, and I'll see you later.